exchange was at that time. The suspect then fired multiple rounds and then appears to have removed some property. To what extent, we don't know at this time. I'm sorry to say that the victim has been pronounced deceased at 13:59 hours today.
Show your face! Show your face, please! With sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, thanks to Rolling Stone presenting a 123-page transcript of the case involving PNB Rock coming to his untimely demise, we finally got an update. I think this is actually interesting because when everything first happened back in September of last year, there was a lot of speculation surrounding his death and conspiracy theories, as some would call it, after finding out that PNB would be shot and killed in broad daylight in the popular food chain Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. The most notable theory is that the suspects were able to get PNB Rock's location due to his girlfriend dropping the location in an online post via Instagram showing off her food. Then another theory was that it was an ex-boyfriend affiliated with his current girlfriend that assisted her in backdooring PNB Rock the day of his untimely demise. Although none of those theories have been 100% confirmed, we've learned that the person that actually pulled the trigger was only 17 years old, and another suspect was able to give PNB Rock a fist bump before shortly robbing him and killing him after. Not only that, but the father to the suspect, who was also a part of the scheme, will be caught on surveillance cam trying to destroy the getaway vehicle, which will be used as evidence a day after the incident, September 13th, 2022 at 2:30 in the morning. Now, it's a couple more updates we have concerning this case when it comes to all the suspects that actually are involved, because aside from the suspect that actually pulled the trigger, we've learned that it was a lot of people who played a role in this behind the scenes, totaling to about 5 suspects. Now, I want to go over what actually happened the day PNB Rock was killed in California, for those who may have forgot the details, and then give y'all the latest update on how the case is turning out. So before we get into it, take a second to make sure you hit that like button and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. If you're from Philly or California, let us know in the comments below. Now, Rakim Allen, aka PNB Rock, was shot and killed in Los Angeles, California after a failed robbery attempt on September 12, 2022. PNB Rock would be dining at the popular restaurant Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on West Manchester Avenue with his girlfriend. A young 17-year-old man will walk into the restaurant, bypassing everyone else, making his way to PNB Rock, where he would demand his jewelry from the rapper. Once the rapper refused, the suspect shot him twice, leaving Rock to struggle for his life, as videos of the scene will surface all over social media. Now, y'all know we can't show y'all that on YouTube, but like I said, it's circulating all around. Now, PNB Rock will be rushed to the hospital, where he will later succumb to his injuries. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner ruled that the 30-year-old rapper was shot once in the chest and once in the back, causing many to believe that the initial shot was to the chest, while the suspect shot the rapper in the back, either while he was already down or on his way down to the floor. While fans and social media users will wonder how or why PNB Rock would be in such a dangerous area like that, with all of his jewelry on and no security, they will also wonder, how did the suspect get their location? Many theories will be out there and spread like wildfire on social media. However, LAPD has stated in the beginning it was likely due to an Instagram post made by PNB Rock's girlfriend Stephanie, where she would share their location while posting a picture of their food. Some even think that his girlfriend purposely did it, also stating that her and PNB Rock wasn't on the best of terms at the time of his demise, but none of that has been 100% confirmed. Now, when it comes to the suspect in this case, we will later find out that he was only 17 years old, who was also assisted in the incident by his own father, Freddie Trone. Police reports state that Freddie would be the one to drive his son to the restaurant to carry out the robbery/homicide, and after everything took place, Freddie would be the getaway driver after sitting in the parking lot waiting for everything to unfold. But unfortunately, at first the young suspect was arrested weeks later and charged in juvenile court with murder, conspiracy to commit robbery, and second-degree robbery. At that time, the father would be on the run before he was captured shortly after. Now here's where the new updates come in from the 123-page transcript. Law enforcement say that a day after the incident on September 13th, 2022, the father, 41-year-old Freddie Lee Trone, tried to torch the getaway car, which was identified as a Buick Enclave. The vehicle belonged to his wife, 39-year-old Chantel Trone, who was also arrested in this case as well. LAPD officer Matthew Clark testified that Freddie was caught on surveillance video from the apartment building he shared with Chantel, lighting her car on fire and walking down 141st Place in Gardena, California, dressed in all black with gloves on his hand at 2:28 in the morning. Around 2:45 a.m., a caller would call in to report a vehicle being on fire at 139th Street near Bud Long Avenue, which is just 2 blocks away from the apartment building he stayed at with Chantel. Chantel would tell police that her car must have been stolen when questioned about it. However, police didn't see any broken glass by the vehicle or any signs of forcible entry to indicate that the car was broken into. Instead, they found a melted gas canister at the scene, indicating a case of arson. It also didn't help that upon Freddie's arrest on September 27, 2022, Chantel admitted that Freddie had burn injuries on his forearms and legs that she had to take him to receive medical attention for. Police also made note of this upon Freddie's arrest because they too witnessed the burn marks upon Freddie's forearms and legs. Now, Chantel also made matters worse for the case, as she would tell police that on the day of the incident, she seen Freddie's son using a toothbrush to clean a piece of jewelry off in her kitchen. Officer Clark stated that Chantel described the chain as having a large L and a large A. Investigators would later discover that that's the exact chain from PNB Rock, described as his New Lane chain that PNB Rock wore a lot to represent his label New Lane Entertainment. Now, Chantel Trone also claimed that days later after the incident, she saw the 17-year-old wearing a gold rope chain without the pendant on. She also tells police that the 17-year-old already has a history of being a thief, as she banned him from her apartment after she would find him with jewelry belonging to her before in his pants pocket, further proving that the 17-year-old is no stranger to taking things that isn't his. Now, there'll be more details in this case that will be exposed, because this describes what happens before the fatal incident would take place September 12th. PNB Rock and his girlfriend would enter the restaurant at about 12:30 p.m. Surveillance video would spot a Buick Enclave matching the description of Chantel's Buick entering the parking lot a half an hour later. Surveillance shows Freddie getting out of the vehicle to converse with a group of men and then get back into the car shortly after, as he would reverse out of the parking lot. Then a short time later, that same Buick would reappear driving slowly into the restaurant's parking lot. Shortly after that, the 17-year-old suspect is caught on video entering the restaurant at 1:16 p.m. Now, the real question is this: did the group of men inform Freddie that the rapper was in there with his girlfriend, and maybe that's how they really got the location? Because out of all the witnesses and people testifying, nothing about that Instagram post from his girlfriend came up where the location was dropped. Now, despite that being the police's motive to how they got their location earlier on in the case, they actually have a new motive that we will later find out due to someone else dropping the location. So now the next question is, was it premeditated from the beginning? Like, was it a premeditated plot, which is why Freddie left to go get his son? Or did information come from the inside to get Freddie, which is why he came to the parking lot and left so quick? You know, to maybe assess the situation, see what's going on, and then relate it to his son. Who knows? But either way, the transcripts also included some more interesting details explaining what happened after the 17-year-old suspect shot the rapper. PNB Rock's girlfriend Stephanie would explain to police that before the shots was fired, PNB Rock would protect her by pushing her out the way below the table where they were seated. She then describes what the suspect did after shooting the rapper that left everyone actually stunned. Stephanie would explain that while she was on the floor with the rapper, trying to comfort his body after the tragedy, the teen would tell her to show her hands. He would then say, quote, "Give me that ish now or I'll shoot you in the head." At that point, she was so scared, she removed her watch and handed it over while the teen removed the rapper's rings, 2 watches, and 3 necklaces before running out the restaurant. Now, it looks like they were using Chantel Trone as a key witness in everything because she's all throughout the transcript saying everything that she witnessed. However, when investigators searched Chantel's phone, they found a text message from her husband Freddie at 4:25 a.m. a day after the incident. He would tell her he has to leave because, quote, "it has to cool down." So despite Chantel acting like she don't know anything, prosecutors feel that she does, but she's just acting like she's unaware for whatever reason. Now, when it comes to the case, there's a few people charged for various reasons as described in the transcripts. Aside from the 17-year-old teen, his father and his wife, there's 2 more suspects in custody, Tremont Jones and Wanisha Evans, making it a total of 5 people involved in this case. When it comes to the 2, authorities believe that Tremont Jones was the actual one that dropped PNB's location and it wasn't the Instagram post. They say 45-year-old Tremont Jones even fist bumped the rapper as he came into the restaurant, and not only did he drop Rock's location, but also supplied the weapon used in the shooting as well. Now, Jones flew under the radar as a suspect because after being arrested in May of last year, his charges was filed under a separate case number, taking him away from the original case. However, he's still being charged with 2 counts of robbery, 1 count of conspiring to rob PNB Rock, and 1 count of illegal possession of a firearm. The other suspect, Wanisha Evans, was charged with being an accessory after the crime, as she would be the one who transported Freddie Trone from LA to Las Vegas to flee from the manhunt they put out for him. So if y'all remember when the text came in to Chantel about Freddie leaving until things cool down, well, Wanisha is the one who was going to be the driver. So as of right now, that's pretty much it. We've learned that there's a total of 5 suspects in the case and not just 2. Although honestly, 2 of them really don't have anything to do with it, but it feels like their affiliation with the guys is what dragged them down, and particularly Freddie. Now, as far as the charges are concerned, Freddie Lee Trone and his teenage son were both charged with 1 count of murder, 1 count of conspiracy to commit robbery, and 2 counts of second-degree robbery. Chantel Trone, who was Freddie Lee's wife, is being charged with 1 count of accessory due to a car being used during a crime. Wanisha Evans is being charged with accessory as well due to her taking Freddie to Las Vegas from LA. And Tremont Jones is being charged with 2 counts of robbery, 1 count of conspiring to rob PNB Rock, and 1 count of illegal possession of a firearm. Now, it's crazy because a week before PNB Rock was taken out, he did an interview with DJ Academics where he explained that he was never robbed before. He says that he's not saying he's invincible or nothing, but it just never happened to him. So to see that interview now and then also know what we know now about this case and the way everything played out, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Now, for the people watching this, if you in the streets doing whatever you're doing, be careful, because as stated, if you pay attention to the transcripts, most of all their evidence and what they know comes from either surveillance video in the street somewhere or Chantel. On the surveillance side, they literally have surveillance everywhere these days, and this is just another point of proving it. So when you do things out there in the street and you think you're getting away with it, it's surveillance everywhere. You got to be extra careful. As for Chantel, she seems like she's just guilty for trying to cover up for her husband and knowing what's going on, but not telling everything in the case, right? And we see this a lot of the times. You know, you got a woman who's trying to hold you down, trying to be down for you, ride or die, whatever the case may be. But it's a lot of things that's going into this case that's pretty much proven that, you know, she knew something, at least more than what she's saying. It's like she's giving a little bit, but then holding back a lot. And the problem with that is, right, even though she wasn't involved physically, I'm sure she was aware of everything, and her car was in the commission of a crime. So that's how they're able to pin her to the case. So she could keep acting like she don't know anything. She could keep acting like, oh, she's not going to tell this. But it's going to come to a point where they're going to say, all right, your car was used, and from our knowledge, you let him use the car to carry this out, which makes you a part of it somehow, some way. And they're going to offer a lot of time. to where she's going to end up breaking and telling them everything that they need to know. You know, more than what she already told. It seems like she pretty much told on the son, and she's withholding information about Freddie and his involvement. You know, I could sense that she probably don't even care about the son, because it's technically not her son anyway. It's like a stepson or son-in-law or whatever. So she probably really don't even care about him. You know, not to say like that, but she already described that he stole from her before. So it's a lot going into it. It seems like she's protecting Freddie, and in return, she's giving up the kid, the 17-year-old kid. So it is what it is, man. Y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all feel about this. That's the latest update that we got on PNB Rock. And I felt it was only right that we did a, update on this, because we did a whole bunch of videos talking about, all the conspiracies and things before. So this is like another crack, and it came on Halloween. So that's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Y'all jump in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.